Hello and welcome back to the site. Today we are starting with these beautiful Art Nouveau vases. We bought these the other week when we went to Canisy, Grenier, where we had a really good haul. These are very Art Nouveau. They're in spelter. They're very heavy though, considering they're spelter.
They have been painted, haven't they?
They've,
I mean,
yeah, I think
well,
originally,
they left the factory like that.
Yeah, originally painted in a sort of green colour.
The green over.
And if you come in here, a good way, someone in the past, it wasn't me that did this, but I noticed someone has looked in the past on the bottom. They've scratched it there with a screwdriver or something sharp, and the scratch is showing silver. If these were bronze, that would be showing gold or bronze colour. So that's a good way of telling with spelter, but you've got to be careful.
You can only do that with things that you own.
Yes.
Not before you buy them.
Don't go into people's antique shops with a screwdriver and start scratching their pieces. They probably won't thank you for it. But yeah, these are really stunning pieces. They could stand on either end of the mantelpiece. You've got these little faces here, little garlands on here. It's a bit of a sort of mix of styles, but basically very Art Nouveau. It's actually got a little bit of, can you see that, Tracy? A little bit of sort of almost
dragon scales.
Dolphin, I was going to say. I mean, that's sort of...
Dolphins don't have scales.
Don't they?
No. Dolphins are smooth-skinned. You're thinking of the fish, the fish heads you often see on
the fish
things.
you have in like the Rococo design. Yeah, I suppose it's not a dolphin.
It's not a dolphin, no.
It's just a big funny fish.
I think they're dragon anyway.
Well,
I think they've got a Gothic vibe going on.
You would, wouldn't you? Yeah, I said to you last night, I felt that these had a look of almost bat's ears on the top. Yeah, very Gothic in their design, aren't they, as well? Yeah, interesting pieces.
They'd look really good, actually, in a room with a Gothic vibe. Because of that dark green patination, the colour from the paint on them, they would look super in a...
Look great on Dracula's mantelpiece, wouldn't they?
They'd look good in a Gothic bedroom, actually, as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah. Yeah, really nice pieces.
Pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, let's put them over there. Okay. Next we have some copper. We sell quite a lot of copperware, and these are fabulous pieces. We bought them off the same dealer. We had a great dealer that we found at Canisy. Great guy, and we bought a lot off him, didn't we? Now these both gratin pans. This one we think is probably early 20th century. It's got bronze handles held on with 3 copper rivets. It's always a good sign of quality with copper rivets. They probably both came from Villedieu-le-Pôle, not too far from here, I would think. The tin linings on both of these are in good order. We do often buy these, but very often the tin is shot, or it's through to the copper, so you can't really use it. But these actually, the tin linings on both are in good order, so these could be used. There's that one, and this one is a lot bigger, a lot heavier, and this we think is probably Victorian. Again, it's got bronze handles with 3 copper rivets. Beautiful piece, large piece. This probably came from a chateau or maybe a restaurant, I would think. Beautiful piece of professional copperware.
Has got the size on it, hasn't it, this one?
Yeah, I mean, to buy these new these days from, say, Morviel or somewhere, it's very expensive, isn't it? We haven't got any sort of Villedieu stamps on, but if you see on this one, you've got 44. Are you getting that, Tracy? Yes?
Yep, I am now.
44. And that's 44 centimetres, which is I measured it, and it is 44 centimetres across. So a big pan. Really good professional piece of copper cookware there. Okay.
Bit big for cheese on toast.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. You can't have too much cheese on toast though, can you, really?
It would be quite good for serving to the table though, wouldn't it? If you baked something in that or cooked something in that and then serve to the table, serve from that. That would be quite cool.
So what would they cook mostly in that? Things like roast spuds?
I
think
don't
really have that so much out here, do they?
No, they don't. They don't have roast dinners, do they? Like we have in England. I mean, they'd be great for that in England.
Yeah. Beautiful copper. Love the copperware. This is a little oil on board painting, floral painting, as you can see. It's painted in a sort of raised impasto style. It has got a signature down here. Looks like Audrey or Aubrey or something.
Audrey, I think.
Hard to make out completely there. And these flowers we think are... What do we think these are then, Tracy? I thought they were poppies.
They could be poppies or peonies. Not peonies, anemones.
Yeah. It's just a jolly little burst of colour to have in your boudoir, I would say. You can see the board it's on there. It's painted on board. Nice little frame. The frame's in good order. It's got one little bit
It's nice
of...
quality little frame, actually.
little bit of the gesso missing just down there, but nothing too bad. These frames are wooden and they have a little bit of sort of plaster, gilt plaster on top, and they're so susceptible to little chips. But that one is a nice little picture. And in a similar vein we have this little piece, which is a little oil on copper. This is on metal, copper, which was commonly used years ago, 15th, 16th, 17th century. We've actually got a little 17th century piece on the site on copper, very old piece. This we think is probably 20th century.
It's much more modern, but it's done in the same style, isn't it?
In that old style.
It's done, the flowers.
Yeah.
They're like the Dutch paintings, aren't they?
Yeah.
With a black background.
It does have...
But it's very well done. It's very well executed. If you look
lovely.
at the flowers.
It's a really jolly little picture,
Yeah,
isn't it?
it's really nice.
It's got a little signature
Very
down
well
there.
done.
I couldn't make that out. It's just too faded. But it's got a sort of chamfered edge to the copper, which we think is a clue to it being a little bit newer than an original sort of 18th and 17th century piece. So it's going to be 20th century, but still a beautiful little picture.
I like
So,
it very much. It's
Come on,
very nice.
Tracy, let's test your skills. What have we got in here then? Come in.
I would say we've got carnations,
Yeah.
tulips, peonies.
Peonies. Yes. What's this?
Lilac. I would
Lilac.
guess at lilac.
What's these little blue
And
ones
I think they are actually little primulas.
then? Yeah. Well done. 10 points to Gryffindor.
Yes.
Okay, let's put that there. Now, going on to this beautiful frame that we found a few days ago. This is the Hound of the Baskervilles out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a beautiful frame. Again, it's in that sort of Art Nouveau style with the swirling organic design. And this is going to test you, Tracy. Come right in and have a look at that.
I think
What is this?
that flower there. At first I thought it was a chrysanthemum, but I actually think it's a water lily. And I think they're the little leaves off the water lilies.
The water lily leaves.
So I think it's got quite a very organic, sort of watery feel to it.
Beautiful thing, really. It's
really nice.
Lovely detailing on it, has it? I really do like these old frames. And this one is in very good order. It's got a little bit of
Very good for its
chipping.
age.
I mean, I don't think you'd find
It's got
something...
the original gilt as well, hasn't it? Which is nice.
I don't
to
think
see.
you'd find anything 120 years old without some damage. So you've got a little bit,
I'd be highly suspicious if it didn't have any damage.
a few little chips here and there, but really in very good order.
Does need a clean.
I gave it a good dust off. There's about 120 years worth of dust on there.
Still about 115 left on by the look of it.
Yeah.
But I'll have a go with that. See.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
nice.
try and
It's
clean
really
it up
nice.
a little bit.
I'd keep that. It's a really good piece.
Bring a bit of the gilt out a little bit if we give it a little
Yeah.
bit more of a clean up. But a beautiful, beautiful frame.
It doesn't help when they're in houses where, France traditionally had lots of open fires, even until quite recently. So obviously these frames have sat in dusty rooms with there's always, even with wood burners, you do get a lot of dust.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any makers sort
That's
of
my excuse anyway.
marks. Yes. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful frame. Love that. Okay, lastly today we have
Meow. Meow.
a little puddy cat. Tracy honed in on this one at the V Grenier sale, and we think it might be possibly a little stife cat. When we've looked up, we found a few very similar stife cats. I mean, he hasn't got the button in the ear, but he has had some damage to his ears. Maybe the button was taken out.
Maybe he got in a cat fight and it was ripped out.
Could be.
Bob keeps coming in with...
Some little brat ripped it out when he was a kid.
True.
Yeah.
Bob keeps coming in with his ears torn, doesn't he? Keeps getting into scraps. Bless him.
Yeah. It's a bit like little Bob, isn't it? His dodgy ears.
It's a little bit, actually, yeah.
You've got some big whiskers here going on as well. They're quite good, aren't they?
Yeah,
his
whiskers quite funky.
The stife ones have this little collar thing, little ribbon round as well. So
I think a lot of them do. That's very common on all.
It may be stife, possibly. I mean, he's obviously got a bit of wear to him. You can see him there. Can you see him
wood chip filled, isn't he?
Yeah, wood chip. He's quite solid. Yeah. But he's
I'm surprised they gave them to children. They're not exactly cuddly, are they? No. Let's be honest.
He's cute though.
Oh, he's very cute.
He's
not cuddly.
But we're going to probably put him in the freezer for about 3 weeks because he may have been in a barn for a long time, or somewhere where he's possibly got bugs. So just to be sure, we'll stick him in the freezer for about 3 weeks to get rid of any chance of buggage. We do
it quite often with textiles,
books, sometimes
toys,
old books. You've got to be careful with the books. Make sure
even hats, anything like that.
Very well sealed.
Yes, if you do put anything in the freezer, try and, if you can, find a big enough Ziploc bag or even 2 bags, tape it up, put them in the freezer. Don't let the damp get into them. That's the key, is they must stay dry. All you need is the cold to take the temperature down for a prolonged period, and that will kill any bugs. Or, I mean, there may not be any in there, but it's just safeguards for the sake of popping him in the freezer.
Mr. Bond, I've been expecting you. Yeah. What was I going to say about him? It's just slipped my mind now.
Missy will be thinking, not another cat.
Yeah.
Not another pretender.
So he won't be going on for a while. I think we will put him on the site.
Well, I don't think we will.
Yeah, I think we will. There's no pilfering going on here. He's going to go on. Yeah.
I've already got space for him.
No, he's going to be sold, but it'll be a while. So I'll have to, if I forget, he'll be pilfered, I should think. Okay, I think that's it. I was going to say something about him and I've forgotten. But I think that is it for today. Anything you want to add, Tracy?
Too
late. Thank you very much for watching our little video. I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be great. We sell our items on our Etsy shop, Secret Chateau, and we have our own shop, thesecretchateau.com, so please come along, take a look. And that's it, so we will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.
Bye. Quite a lot of Art Nouveau at the moment. Very, very...
I'm going to sneeze.
Do you want to keep going?
Start again? No.
I thought you were yawning.
Sneezing. I'm trying not to sneeze.
Keep going, doesn't matter. Does it?
Go on, keep.
We'll keep going. This is so professional, this site, isn't it? So professional.